What's up, family and friends? Good morning, and welcome to this live broadcast. And I want to share with us what I titled Robbing the Poor. Very important, because if you go to churches, mosques, synagogues, temples, they are filled with poor people. It's poor people that are patronizing these common men of God, those criminals, those pastors, apostles, popes, evangelists, pastors, teachers, or whatever you call them. They are all criminals, robbing the poor. If actually they are telling you the truth, you won't see any poor person among them. All of them will be enjoying equally. When I mean equally, the so-called blessings of God supposed to be upon them all. The so-called grace of God supposed to be upon them all. In fact, they won't be demanding for the poor to give. When you read Mark chapter 12, 38 to 44, they said that Jesus said, beware of the scribes. Who are the scribes? Teachers of the law. They teach people laws of God they have not seen. They teach people the law of God, demanding for people to bring and give to the treasury, even devouring the poor widows' houses, devouring the poor widows. Instead of giving to the poor, they are demanding for the poor to give. And imagine people that claim to be followers of Jesus or preaching Jesus or apostles of Christ or prophets of God, whatever. Why are they demanding from the poor? They are supposed to be the one giving to the poor. Let's say, for example, Prophet Elisha in the Bible, right? He fed the poor. They say somebody came with something and gave to him, and that thing multiplied, and he gave to the poor prophets around, the people around him. All right? Okay. Let's say you said that's Old Testament. Okay, how about Jesus Christ in the Bible? He fed the poor, right? And he never asked his disciples to give to the rich or to give to him. He said, give to the poor. Sell all you have and give to the poor. You may say, oh, it's only a rich man Jesus said that. No. Read Luke. Luke chapter 12. It's also there. Jesus said the same thing to his disciples, not to the rich man according to Matthew chapter 19. No, read Luke chapter 12. You see he's talking to his disciples too. Okay. So they are robbing the poor in churches, in mosques, in temples, in synagogues, in shrines, whatever you call it. Anywhere they're mentioning the name of God and demanding you bring something for God to bless you or for God to do anything for you, they are robbing you. And you going there makes you a poor person. Rich people don't go there unless you lure them, especially through their wives or through some problem. That's what takes rich people to such places. Because they have money to buy whatever they have. But when they find out, oh, there is this thing, my money cannot buy it. Maybe he don't know his money can maybe buy that, even like in America or other developed countries. But it's okay, let me try that prophet. Let me try that spiritualist. Let me try that native doctor. Let me try that. And they demanded for him to pay for God to perform. They are robbing you. You may say, oh, they are rich, but they are not poor. Yeah, they are poor. If you're living in lack, if you lack anything, you are poor, of course. So they're robbing the poor people. People that are poor financially and the people that are poor mentally. They are robbing them. Do you know it's hard to rob poor people with gun? You use gun, you want to rob poor people? Some of them will say they don't have money and they prefer you kill them. They will say, I don't have money. You have to search them or search their house to find, okay, there's some money there. They'll say, I'm sorry. But these people, because they see gun, you know, they try to find maybe it's a toy gun, or maybe you will not shoot, or maybe you will change your mind, or maybe their God will make you change your mind. You know, poor people always believe there is this imaginary being that will come and defend them or save them or keep them alive. No. So, but the easiest way to rob poor people, and they will give you their money willingly, is through God. Use God. Poor people will willingly, no matter where they keep their money, they may not give it to their siblings, to their parents, they may not give it to their siblings, they may not give it to their poor or needy neighbors, but when you mention God, Even if you are richer than them, they will still bring it and give it to you. And that's why you see all those come men in churches, come men in temples, come men in synagogues, come men in mosques, robbing poor people. Tell those men of God, to go and walk, and you see how they will react. They will tell you God called them. So Satan call you, right? God cannot call you. They tell you all of us cannot be. Tell them that Jesus, they claim to be following, said in Matthew chapter 23, verse 8, he said that all of you are brethren. We read down to verse 12. He said, if you exalt yourself, you'll be abased. Then if you humble yourself and serve others, you'll be exalted. So why is your pastor not serving you? Why is a pastor is a man in charge of a Christian church or Christian congregation? That's a pastor. Whether you are a lay person or a dumb person, you are a pastor. And if you are asking people to give to God or give to the Lord or support the work of the Lord, you are robbing them. You are robbing the poor. If you are robbing the poor and giving to the rich, you will end in poverty. In other words, you will end in vanity. You are robbing them, but you will reap what you are sowing. You will be robbed also. It happens. Anything you do to your fellow human being is like a debt you must pay. No matter how smart you claim to be, no matter how spiritual you claim to be, no matter how anointed you claim to be, you are robbing people, you'll be robbed. And you are giving to the rich, of course, you are making yourself poorer. So think, use that money. If they say, oh, you should give to the temple of God, tell them, I think the Bible says that your body is the temple of God. Then give to yourself. If your body is the temple of the living God, as they said, those that are preaching Jesus, they said it's no longer physical temple. It's now a spiritual temple, and your body is that temple. So why are they still demanding you bring your widow's mite to the temple, to the church, to the synagogue, to the mosque, or to any building for gathering of worship of God? You're supposed to be the temple of God. Give that your tithes and offering to yourself. If you give that your tithes and offering for yourself, you will see how you will begin to live better. And those pastors will go and find something doing. Yes, it is time you defraud them. It is time you stop them from robbing you. You are poor. If you are watching this, if you are listening to me, whether in your house or anywhere, remember you are poor. If you are not poor, you won't be on Facebook. You won't be on any social media. You will pay people to be there for you. But you are there because you are poor, not because you are rich. I am poor too. That's why I'm ministering to my fellow poor people. As I minister to poor people, I minister to myself. I'm not asking them to give to me. I'm not asking them to come and join me and we'll be exploiting other people. No, I'm asking them to wake up and stop enriching those con men. You call men of God. All of them, they are con men. They tell you, if you don't pay tithe, God will not bless you. See what that chief thief, Bishop Oyedepo said? He said that if he said that Job's wealth was insecure because he did not pay tithe. You see that nonsense? Chinese people will read that and laugh. Chinese people don't pay tithe, and they have some of the richest people in the world, right? The richest man in the world is the owner of Amazon, right, or CEO of Amazon, right? Is he a tither? Is it his tithe that make him? His wealth is secured because America is a developed country. Of course, whatever your investment is secured. Okay. And the other one is Paul Enenche. He said that tithers, like God will never bless non-tithers or something like that. That's nonsense. You don't need any God to bless you. Nature has already blessed you. You see the air is free. You see the nature. You can enjoy it. All those things that men designed to keep you limited, to keep you small, to keep you below yourself. You are the one that can break off it. It's bondage. They put you inside that box. You can get out of it. They are robbing you daily in the name of God, daily using the Bible, daily using Quran, daily using Torah, daily using all manner of religious nonsense. Don't you know that religion, church, mosque, all those religions, they are legalized Ponzi scheme. They are legal. They keep promising you wonderful thing God will do if you give. If you give, they rob you. The three important things you need to live. They rob you your presence, they rob you your time, and they rob you your money. And you still giving it to them. And when you hear people like us, you get upset because you become like a police dog. You become like a mad dog that is fighting for his master. Nobody's supposed to be your master. As I said yesterday, nobody's supposed to be your pastor. You don't need a pastor over your life. You don't need a pastor in your family. They are criminals. They are robbing you, making you poorer while they are getting richer. Some of your reverend fathers are sponsoring their family members and their friends to abroad. Why you that is contributing for their cars, for their money, for their house, are not even able to pay for your children's school fees in a good school? Think. Wake up. Anybody that comes to you in the name of the Lord is a thief. That's why they tell you Jesus will come as a thief in the night. Every servant of God, they are thieves. Every servant of Christ, they are thieves. Stop wasting your presence, your time, and your money with them, or giving them to them. No, stop. Wake up and live your life freely. It's a beautiful life. Don't make anyone, don't let anyone make you begin to feel life is ugly. No, life is fair. And I will post and speak about life and death. Life is a door. Death is a door. Jesus is not a door. Jesus is not the door. No, life is the door. Death is the door. Life is the door through which you came into this world. And death is the door through which we go to the next level of life. And it is the circle of life and death. It has no beginning, it has no end. That's how we were born to be. And as you are living your human life, let no one rob you in the name of God. If there is any God you must give, you are that God. Peace.